What do they need? Powder weed or Adderall, let them in slow. Settle them in. Caliendo when they step in the doors and seeing all the hoes. Cutting coke in the kitchen and cooking over the stove. Ain't wearing none of their clothes and it's closed and it go like that. Never wanna have to show the strap, but you got one and it got drums that hold hundreds of bills old and crumbling. Real soldiers humbling, huddling around the heaters, competing for millimeters like who cocked the biggest. What you got significant? Locked and loaded on Patron and peyote, hallucinating the realest shit going on with the homies. The only way to get over is get your weight up and pray over all of the bodies of water walking killers that's hiding beside the fact of the matter. The guts will splatter at will. Every bunny in the jungle know his killer be killed. Come get it.
Alright, welcome to Growing the Beast for Street Fighter Cross Tekken 2013. Now, I haven't done a Growing the Beast video, for Street Fighter Cross Tekken in a while, and that's mainly because most of my matches have been going just like the intro of me just straight up getting beasted on, beat. I couldn't scrub out a win for the life of me once I started 2013. And, that made me realize, like, wow, the game since I played months ago has really changed. The metagame, everything has changed a lot. So I had to kind of sit back and reevaluate how this game was supposed to be played and yada yada yada. I think, I was, last I used to play Abel and Hugo and mess around with a few other characters. To be honest, I'm just tired of those characters, and I kind of set off on trying to find other characters. Before I get into that, let me talk about what we're going to talk about in this video over the whole extension of it. And so basically we're going to talk about new changes, what was good, what maybe should have been changed, what still probably needs to be changed, the online state of the game, and I guess fighting games in general. Plus, let me talk about the music that you heard in the beginning, and if you've been paying attention to the channel, the music that you've been hearing recently on the channel. I'm always interested in different types of music, all genres, and I like promoting anybody's music that I like. So they let me use it in their video and then in my videos, and I will have no problem linking anybody that I use to you guys, so you can check them out if you like them. So, with that being said, that was clipping. They sounded cool. I like different genres. So whatever, I'll try them out. It's fun. I like the music. I'll probably use their music later on in some type of other videos, but just wanted to use that for the intro because I liked their intro song. Alright, so moving on. This is my day one Dudley, and this was yesterday. When I started 2013, I noticed that I was bored of the characters I was playing, and I also noticed that the characters that I were playing didn't really work together, and I was going to have to reconsider how this game is supposed to be played and how you're supposed to pair characters together in this game. Now you can pair anyone with anyone, and they'll work, but you definitely feel a difference when characters have a real synergy with each other and when they don't. For me, I tried Poison Abel, I tried Abel King, I tried Lars and other characters like Bob, and I was just messing around and doing nothing but losing pretty much, and getting the shit beat out of me, and just basically have people shit talk me, I would lose and they would be like, oh, garbage, ass. Some guy was just straight trying to verbally harass me over the mic. Yo, I got this guy, I beat this guy, I'm gonna beat this guy with the same team that Jigga there Josh beat him at Crosses, so this is gonna be hilarious. Yo, let me call my homie T-Bone Doggadoo. Whatever. It's just Jesus Christ, dude. It was a very rude reintroduction to 2013. But anyway, so this is day 2 of my Dudley, and hopefully you'll see improvement, along with the few ReNiC dropped links that I always do online. It's just going to happen. But so I noticed that Dudley obviously is not anything like his Third Strike counterpart. You, of course, are going to have to just play him differently, but I do feel like I like his playstyle matched with King compared to other characters that I've tried in this game. Now, that being said, I think Dudley's machine gun blow should not be safe on block. It shouldn't be hard to punish on block. Like, I think that goes with almost every special move, unless it's designed for them to get, unless it's designed because it's the only way for that character to get in. And for Dudley, that I don't think that's the case. But anyway, special moves should always, I feel, be able to be punished on block. If you miss your link or hit confirm into your special move, like, you deserve to be punished. I really don't like the the reoccurring trend in the newer games that a lot of special moves that lead into a lot too big damage are safe. But anyway, that's just a little tidbit I feel should happen. Even though I'm going to be playing Dudley, I think that should be changed. Anyway, moving on. Anti-airing in this game are too good. Anti-air in this game for a lot of characters are too good. If you're having like invulnerabilities to jump in attacks, I don't think that should ever be an answer to fixing a game or addressing problems. Adding invulnerabilities to jump in on anti-airs it just seems like such a lazy fix, and I kind of question why they did that, because they were so concerned with timeouts that one of the quickest ways to have rounds end is by someone jumping in and going nuts, or landing a jump in and landing huge combos. You know what I mean? So I kind of feel it was a little bizarre that they made anti-airs so good. Now that doesn't mean some characters you just are never allowed to jump at. It's just not gonna happen. You're gonna have to try to out something them on the ground, which makes it hard for a lot of characters, and especially grapplers in general. But that's just something I wanted to touch on. And yeah, especially with anti-airs hitting like behind the person, you jump so far away from them that you're gonna be crossing them up, and they anti-air. And they're still hitting behind them. That's a little bizarre, and to be honest, shouldn't happen. The other thing I want to touch on is normals. Normals and where they hit don't match what they visually look like. It's very annoying and visually like just appalling to see like Yoshimitsu's sword just completely go through someone and not even hit. Is just icky, and that's something that I miss from the old games that happened like almost never. In Third Strike, let's say, for example. So another thing I wanted to touch on. Sorry, I know I have a lot to say. This is going to be a long video. It's been a while since I did one of these. Okay, so this guy, is this SNSD Love Guru 5000 or whatever? Oh, SNSD Level Up. Ended up picking a few back and forth with me and this guy just because they were decent. The lag wasn't too bad, and yeah, we had some decent games that were fun to say the least. So that's what's going to be going on in the background. I'll touch on a few things with King and Dudley as this video goes on, but right now I'm going to talk about fighting games versus esports. Now, why is esports, quote unquote, have a larger audience than fighting games? And I'll tell you why. It's because their online playability for esports, League of Legends, is so much, it's just better. Like, the online playability of those games is miles ahead. Fighting games are very frustrating to play with even a small amount of lag, and that reduces the online, play of like, I guess, pool of people, because no one wants to deal with that. No one wants to get in, pop in their game, and deal with glitchy, rollbacks or skipping frames. You don't want to deal with that, and you rarely deal with that with StarCraft, League of Legends, the online computer games, quote-unquote esport stuff that you see now. And I really think that the next game that any fighting game company or console, whatever, should focus on is, focus less on the aesthetic type of crazy cinematics, hit a super and flash and blah blah blah, and some guy in the background is doing graffiti, and then this guy over here falls on his ass, and then this photographer super jumps, and Marvel vs. Capcom. Focus less on that, and please invest mass amounts of energy and resources to improving online play and streamlining game interfaces and stuff like that. There's so many times when I have a few hours to kill and I want to play Street Fighter Cross Tekken or something like that. I search online and I can get a game, I win or lose, and then I get popped back out, and then I gotta go click to get back to searching what I wanted to do. Why isn't there just an option I can set to just continue? I lose a game, win a game, and just put me back into the rotation. Like, let's make this quick. I don't want to spend any more time, staring at a screen. So things like that. If they would just streamline the button checks, if you could do that in every game, like Third Strike Online and Street Fighter Cross Tekken, while you're picking your character, you can pick your buttons too. Why isn't that in Marvel vs. Capcom? It's like, that's a fairly new game. Why didn't they make that happen? If they're gonna update Street Fighter 4, why didn't they? Why not? I don't see the reason why they do it. Now I know the reason why they do it, but I'm just saying, come on, this would make such an improvement in so many games. And because the fighting game community and us doing streaming and putting on tournaments and Evo and CEO and all the different level up, doing basically free advertising for Capcom's games. I think they should cater to the fighting game community while still giving access to a lot of the newer players. Like, they're taking the right direction in making games easier to pick up, but they're missing a lot of the key, some of the key details that make it very annoying for the competitive player. That let's face it, fighting games are very competitive. You don't really pick up fighting games being like, oh, I just want to go online and easily win and do, what I mean? Like, it's not like Puzzle Bobble or something like that. Or, well, I take the Puzzle Bobble comment back, because I can never win at Puzzle Bobble. People beat my ass in that game all the time. But you know what I mean? This isn't Farmville, okay? It's a fighting game. It's made to be competitive. So, I think the direction of them making the game more accessible and easier to pick up is obviously a smart move. But you don't snub the competitive people that been here the whole time. But yeah, please hire me. Anyway, online training mode should be such like a streamlined thing in all the games, and so should different aspects in training modes. One big annoying issue in Street Fighter Cross Tekken's training mode is that to reset and bring it to aka the beginning of what the match would be, you can't do select start like you can in Marvel vs. Capcom. Why? It seems like such an easy thing to add, and something as simple as that adds just convenience, and everyone loves convenience, especially when it doesn't affect gameplay. It just cuts down on the amount of time I'm staring at loading screens, pressing start, waiting for the menu to come up, moving down to restart. pressing it. And when I'm constantly trying new combos or testing stuff out, you know, by the 8th time I'm doing that, I'm already annoyed by doing it. So just more food for thought. Let's talk about, I guess, Street Fighter Cross Tekken gameplay. In the last tournament, which was a few days ago, before I even settled on Dudley and King, I played Poison and Abel, and I got to semifinals, but I was the whole time, winning or losing, I was like, man, I am playing this game wrong. I felt like I was playing this game wrong. By the way, let me add, I really feel like they should give Poison a like a command normal slide like a Lena's or like a Buki's. I really feel she needs that in her overall gameplay, but whatever. Moving on. So yeah, I did whatever in the tournament with Poison Abel, but I ultimately got blown up at the end because I felt like I wasn't playing the game right, and I could feel the people that I was playing against once I got farther in the tournament were playing it more how the game was supposed to be played. And all the while, you know, learn against what certain characters do, etc., etc., etc. But you know, I guess they're gonna go towards standardizing certain type of gem layouts. You know, I guess it's gonna be the all damage ones, the all meter one, all speed, or all defense. Now, wow, that was such a sick cross assault. But you know, I think what it's gonna end up being, because meter is so valuable, it gets you out of so many situations and can add such big damage to certain things. I think all meter gems all the time is what people are gonna start migrating to. Certain teams will of course use damage and defense, but I think for the most part, almost everyone, no matter what, is gonna benefit from being able to get more meter faster, use more EXs, use more cancels, use more cross assaults, and team supers. Of course that's going to benefit everyone, and because all those things are very good, of course meter is going to be very important the longer this game goes on, I feel. So the cool thing about my team, Dudley and King, is that you know, if the character I'm going up against with Dudley in the beginning just totally destroys him footsie wise, I can always just do a random machine gun blow like that, hit or block, because the move is out for so long. I can always cancel into King, and then I'm right next to you with King, my baby boo Alex. So that's kind of the beauty, I guess, I like with this team. That, you know, even if Dudley gets bodied by a certain matchup, if I can put him on block stun, I can get King in there, and I can get the character that I really enjoy playing and naturally take to right next to someone. So that is the end of this Growing the Beast. I know it was a long one. As always, descriptions, music, my shirt, all my gear that I use is down in the description, along with everything else. I will see you guys later. Thank you for sticking with me, keeping up, sharing, liking, and saying what's up. You know, and of course, anything you guys like to add down in the description as far as, you know, this works or that works, blah 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 blah. Of course, add. I think it's cool that things kind of are documented and they stay there, so anyone that watches these series later can, you know, get feedback from you guys too. You guys can help just as much as I can. So that is it. I will see you guys later.